Hey guys, Zazza here and welcome back to another video. So you join us here for round 4 of the Apex Online Racing Season 5 Tier 2. Well done Rick MotoGP. It qualifies first with a 127.5 and yeah, I just want to say congratulations to Pre-Sale, Idrasnop and Rick MotoGP, who gave me an absolutely fantastic race in this one. But also want to quickly send out some apologies from a brother who fantastically qualified in 3rd position there. He's only been playing the game for about a few months and I've tried to take him under my wing. He doesn't know any of the tracks that we've been to, and I think he makes a bit of a hash 10 minutes into this one, but we'll go through that in a second. But guys, if you like the video, please gently tap on that thumbs up button, do all that good stuff, subscribe to the channel so you get notified of when I upload all my content. So we're just going to concentrate on my brother for the first part of this video, because as you can see there, he's just gone past me. He's qualified in 3rd, and we set up some shortcuts on the share function so that he'd just have to double tap the share button to record his videos. Unfortunately, it brought up the actual share function, so he ended up losing control of the vehicle. So you can imagine he's panicking here. I'm panicking because I don't know if he's still there or not. We start the race here, and there was slight contact between Fly, Sky, DHK and Rick MotoGP. And we come through the first corners, and I'm kind of like trying to settle into my race. And it was at this point here I looked down at the standings, and I saw that my brother was in 17th, and I thought, oh no, he got collected in that that melee that ensued back there. So I tried to put that out of my head and continue with my race, just sticking behind Rick MotoGP. We're about a second behind. Pre-Sale's behind us, 0.3 seconds, and I could see him in my mirrors. At the moment, I wasn't looking down at the standings to see where anyone was, because I had the pressure from Pre-Sale behind, who's like 0.3 of a second behind, as we come round into the first of the 2 hairpins, and I was just trying to get my tyres up to temperature, probably just like everybody else. But then I did look down at the standings, and I could see that my brother was in fact in 4th, with Idrasnop following closely behind. Now, from Monday night's practice, if you watch my video, you'll know that Idrasnop was extremely quick, and it was someone that I was worried about. But if you look at the track map here on the gaggle of cars that are behind the red dot, I think it's here that my brother ends up. Yeah, he crashes out there, hits the barrier, comes back onto the track, and then collects a couple of cars in that next group that came through. He was completely embarrassed about the situation. He spoke to me directly after the race. Obviously we were talking it was at this moment he knew. And he didn't want to put a downer on that, so there was kind of a delay before he told me, and then when he told me, I was kind of like, oh, you need to go into the Discord and speak to everyone, and that's why there was a little bit of a delay in relation to that. But he does apologise profusely. Obviously we are a team together. He's my brother, so if there's any penalties that he needs to take, or I don't mind taking a penalty for him, do you know what I mean? That's what we do as a team. We win, lose and act together. So I feel like I've got all the apologies out of the way. I hope everyone understands his position. I feel like we've all been there, and yeah, I hope no one feels like he did anything in a malicious way. So I just want to bring you into this race, the introduction. It's a 1 hour race with a mandatory pit stop, no refueling allowed, and at the moment it's Rick MotoGP in first, myself in second, Pre-Cell behind, me in third, and iDraznop in fourth. And I've got to give a good mention to QBRS5, who was in fifth and was there literally throughout the, I think he was there throughout the whole race, certainly up to the first pit stops, but we'll keep a close eye on him, because that's what you need to do. You need to just stay behind the leaders if you're not just on that pace, to capitalise on any mistakes. So we're going to move it forward to 39 minutes to go, and Rick MotoGP comes across the line with a 1:29.1, me with a 1:29.4, Pre-Cell with a 1:29.7, and iDraznop with a 1:29.4. And I've got to say, this race was insane, because us four at the front, it was just literally, I mean, Rick MotoGP, I feel, was the fastest out of us four. Maybe Pre-Cell as well. iDraznop. It was just two. Definitely Rick MotoGP. Like, from racing against him in Brands Hatch, he was like 16 seconds in front of me. So to be 38 minutes into this race and him only 2.5 seconds in front, I really felt that we had the race pace here. And it was just an insane race. Every lap it was just tit for tat, but I feel like he had a little bit extra, but throughout the whole race, I mean, I was sitting in a pool of sweat by the end of it, and I was worried about iDraznop, I was worried about Pre-Cell. I was trying to run my own race to catch up with Rick MotoGP, and we're just going to go through a few of the laps up until the first round of pit stops. So Rick MotoGP comes across with a 1:29.6, me with a 1:29.1, Pre-Cell with a 1:29.6, iDraznop with a 1:29.8. Following lap it went 29.4, 29.3, 29.3, and then I think it's iDraznop with a 29.4. Next lap, 29.4. I made a mistake on that lap. 29.6 behind, 29.8. Lap 18 was a 29.5. 29.3 from me, 29 flat from Pre-Cell, 28.7 for iDraznop, who's got the bit between his teeth. Following lap, 1:30 from Rick MotoGP, 1:29.6 from me, 1:29.5 from Pre-Cell. iDraznop was 1:29.5. So you can already get a picture of how the previous 19 laps had been going. It was absolutely insane. And for me, who I've never done any of this league racing before, this is what I've joined the Discord for, what I've joined to get these feelings. I should imagine that's why we all pick up the game and we all come back to it. This race just absolutely solidified why I play Assetto Corsa Competizione, because the amount of detail and preparation is involved before we pick up this game. And I think Rick MotoGP makes a mistake up here. Yeah, he gets the oversteer, sorry, had to get that in there. He gets the oversteer, which allows me to have the run on him into the first hairpin. And we're approaching the first round of pit stops. Sorry, I'll come back to that in a minute, but this is this is where things start to get a bit intense. So we come to the first round of pit stops. I knew that Rick MotoGP would pit here because I felt like maybe his tyres were going off. So he comes in, and so does iDraznop. So I was literally, I had to put in a good time here. So we come through the first corner, and I'm just thinking to myself, I need to get this absolutely down. We come through the crane of curves here, where I felt like I was fast all session. As we come round, and we're just thinking, right, we need to pump in a quick in lap because we are definitely coming in on the next one. And I was worried about pre-sale behind me. Look, he's only 1.2 seconds behind. He's probably thinking the same thing. We're all pulling the trigger here. The guys in the pits are obviously trying to maximise getting out as quick as possible and getting a decent out lap. I can see that I'm 5/10ths down on a 29.7, so for me, yeah, it's probably a perfect time to come in because I'm not gonna be able to maximise much more out of these tyres. We're 28 minutes into the race, and as we come round the final corner, turn 12, we dive into the pits, and this is where I stop recording and start recording. So as we come out of the pits, if you saw from yesterday's race, we messed up the pits, and I've been working on the pits, and we come out, they do 2 minutes 26 and 2:25 for Rick MotoGP and iDraznop. So I'm now thinking I need to hammer this out lap because car number 4, who is coming up to turn 12, the final hairpin, is going to be coming into the pits, and I was really pleased with the gap that I managed to pull on Rick MotoGP and iDraznop, because if you watched yesterday's practice session, I lost 10 seconds to R Slicker, and I feel maybe this is my turning point with the pit stops, but we're concentrating here on pre-sale, who's gone into the pits. And as I said, there was no time to breathe in this race. It was literally, I felt like I was on the limit, but at a comfortable on the limit. If I'd gone any faster, it would have been I would have just been going over my limit. I was just racing to my limit, and that was it. And I feel like that's what I told my brother as well: race to your limit. And if you feel like you're going over, then, and that's to everyone, if you feel like you're going over, just pull yourself back a bit. And we come out of the turn 12 to come onto the start, finish straight, and then I hear that someone's coming out of the pits, and I thought it was pre-sale. And I got in front, and I was like, yes, I got in front of pre-sale. I feel like, and then I looked down, and I was like, I saw I was in second, and I was like, oh no, pre-sale got in front of me, but it was actually high grade. But then pre-sales made a mistake, and we're going to go back into these lap times, and it's literally 1:29.2, 1:29.0. We're going to the next one, 1:29.4, 1:29.8, 1:29 flat for iDraznop. The next one is as we come across the line, 1:29.8, 1:29.2, 1:29.3. And we'll go again, but it was a continuation all the way to the finish, and I felt like Rick MotoGP, he was on me the whole time, and you can see here how close he is. He's like 0.4 of a second, 0.3 of a second. iDraznop's waiting there for any sort of mistake, 2.5 seconds behind, and then I can't remember. It will come up in a second. But the guy in fourth, that's it, QBRS5. He was 18 seconds behind, so he did drop back a little bit. But for me, I am literally sitting here in a pool of sweat, gripping my steering wheel, trying to relax. Throughout this first section, I seemed pretty quick, but it was just the last section. I felt the tyres were going away from me, and I might have had too much pressure in my tyres. And it's only from looking back at these replays that I definitely had too much pressure in my rear tyres for the first stint. I think I was up at 28.2. and I felt like I could have come down with the pressure slightly, which may have helped my lap time a little bit. But if it wasn't for that, we would. Yeah, I mean, my rear left is 28.2, and I feel that's a little bit too much. But yeah, we come round turn 12 to start the final lap, and I cannot tell you, and we're down in the 120, I'm in the 129.2s, and I felt like I should have been in the mid 28s, but the pressure that was mounting from behind, I had faith in Rick MotoGP and iDRASNOT, because I feel like I've raced with them a couple of times before, and I knew that there was not going to be some banzai move into any of the corners like when you get on the online racing. And like I said, I feel like this is what we're all here for. This race absolutely, like I said before, solidified why I came to do some league racing, and I absolutely 100% hands down loved this race. For me was the best thing. And as we come into the chicane here, Rick MotoGP 0.5 behind me, still applying pressure, and he comes into my radar here into the final two corners, and I saw the radar pop up, and I was just like, cover that inside, don't go too wide, you just got to get the last corner. And yeah, as I come into the last corner, I managed to tuck it into the apex. It was probably messy in there. I was just like stamped on the brake, no trail braking, I didn't care, just to come across the line and finish the race here. I don't have my flashers or indicators mapped because I need all my buttons. Otherwise, guys, I see you both parking in front of me, and I absolutely, hands down, thank you for the race that we had. It was just insane. 0.4 of a second behind me, and I kid you not, I went into the Discord to say, did I feel that? I absolutely felt it, and I thought Rick MotoGP and iDRASNOT might have been sat at home, really chilled, just, you know, racing like with a load of composure. But I, from the Discord, they said that they were the same as me, which made me feel a hell of a lot better. And I just think, the more you put yourselves into these positions where the pressure is piling from behind, the more you'll be able to handle it. And if you feel like you're going to bottle it, because it's like a champagne bottle and it's just constantly shaking, and that cork could pop, a little bit like my brother. And this is a prime example of two ends of the scale, whereas my brother hasn't been in that position all that much, and I feel like you could see he qualified in front of me third. He's going to be a quick racer once he can handle the pressure. He will be a quick racer, and he'll be racing up here with the rest of us. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. I really enjoyed it, and I just want to thank everybody in the race. We know Flabs is fast. We know that CRUKIP is fast. We missed high grades on this one. So we're going to all have our tracks that we're good at and we enjoy. And yeah, pre-sale, I haven't seen you here before. But yeah, this is my first season ever, and I just really enjoyed everything. I really appreciate everything, and we'll see you. We haven't got a race next week. It's 2 weeks time at the Hungaroring. So guys, enjoy your Easter break, and I'll catch you in a couple of weeks time.